What's good, everybody? This is DP on the Listen to DP podcast. So I'm not sure if you watched the fight. I hope you did. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. This man, Shakur, put on a masterclass, 119 to 109. The things he was able to do last night put him on a different level, right? Not only as, a champion, but as far as a star and a solidified boxer. A lot of people don't even realize like how good the guy's been for a long time just because he hasn't been mainstream because they talk about the way he fights and his style. Well, last night he stood in the pocket, he put in work. T.O.'s face said it all. T.O.'s interview after the fight said it all. But I want y'all to listen to Shannon Sharpe, and then we'll come back to this. Check this out real quick. Hold on. Y'all let me know.
Shakur is a great fighter, but I wouldn't pay my hard-earned money to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for tickets to go see him.
No,
it's just not.
Okay, hey, give me a better understanding on why you would. Now me as much as
because I want to see some fighting. I don't want to see no and people like that's if you go back and look at Floyd at 130, 135, 140, Floyd was getting people out of there. Look at Sugar Ray at that same weight, was getting people out of there. Look at Hearns. You look at Sweet Pea Whitaker. You look at all the great fighters that fought at 30, 35, 40. They were getting people out of there. I just don't think this style. He's not going to get enough people fighting this style, Ocho, to get him that $30, $40 million payday that he's.
You know what? I think he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it anyway.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause that right there real quick. See, that's the problem. Everybody wants to just see everybody have the same style of fight. It's called boxing. This is not a street fight. This is not UFC. This is not MMA. This is not jiu-jitsu. Every fighting style has a different style. And every fighter, not every, but most fighters within each sport has a different style in that sport. Why does everybody have to be in there trying to knock somebody's head off to get the respect? This fight was won in the middle of the ring. He wasn't running around. A lot of his other fights, he's moved. Not his last fight because he wanted to show he could stand in that pocket and get busy. This one, he stood in that pocket and got busy. He was backing T.O. up. Like, what are we talking about? Did you not watch the same fight? Just because you don't get a knockout does not mean you aren't entertaining. I would definitely go watch Shakur fight like this. He can't help that T.O. didn't hold up his end of the bargain, man. What are we talking about, Shay? What are we talking about? Let's see what Ocho got to say.
Because he's the best at what he does. He's the best at 135. He's the best at 140. And his style, I mean, it's what it is. The point of the game of boxing is to hit and not get hit. Now, he's not he's not like a heavyweight. He's not like some of the other 135 and 140 pounders that get people out of there. He does have knockouts. I think maybe 11, maybe 12, something like that. But it's probably not to the volume or magnitude that most people that enjoy boxing would like. But for me, I like pure boxers. I like watching the mastery from round to round, and I enjoy it. Unless you're I don't want to say real boxing fan, unless you enjoy the sweet science in itself and all that it entails, even if it's not a knockout, I enjoy it. I'll pay $1,000 too.
You think do you like Sugar Ray?
Exactly. It's the sweet science. You don't have to have a knockout for like a real boxing fan, a person that understands the sport, that understands the hit to not get hit, that understands the angles, understands defense, understands counterpunching, understands, the jab. Like, that's the thing. Shannon would look at somebody crazy if they came on there and was like, man, we don't respect and don't want to watch the Ravens team he played on because they had such a good defense, but the offense didn't score points. And you know what the real football fan going to say? The objective is to win the game. Tickets get sold to teams that win. If the Chiefs score a lot of points or the Chiefs don't score a lot of points, if you win in Super Bowls, no matter how you're doing it, them tickets in them stadiums are going to sell out because winners. You got people who do get knockouts, but you also got them same people getting knocked out and whatever. So the thing about it is people want to see winners at the end of the day. And Shakur, once you get that first mainstream fight, they're going to want to see him more. They sold out this fight for a reason, right? Because he's going to talk his talk. He's going to come in there and he's going to compete and he's going to be vicious with the technique. You make a mistake, and he's gonna make you pay every time. And he don't make mistakes. Let's see what they talking.
Style?
Sugar Ray, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now listen, you know what I call it? If you have that power to knock people out, that's the cherry on top of it. That's the cherry on top of all the other skill sets that you possess. Shakur, he has the chance to knock people out. Sometimes he take it in the deep water.
He don't take that chance, though, Ocho. You know you got to take a chance to knock somebody out. You got to put yourself in harm's way.
Yeah, but see
you see, and that's the problem right there. Instead of respecting the craft and what he's doing, Shannon's like, well, if you don't put yourself in harm's way, forget that. I'm going to win. I'm going to make it look good like I did tonight. And the best thing about it is I don't have to put myself in harm's way like these other guys do to win these fights or to go for that knockout. I'm going to win. I'm going to be great. And just because you want me to sit there and be like, yeah, I don't want to watch no fighter that ain't going to risk losing. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You don't got to put yourself in harm's way to win. That's what he's going in there to do. And he looked good doing it last night.
And Ocho, for you to get that big play, that catch and run, sometimes you got to put yourself in harm's way. Sometimes, hey, you got to catch that thing. Face him up and get going. We can't always throw you.
But that's the difference, though. To make a big play is not the same as going for the knockout. The knockout is ending the fight. The big play, the game's still going on. I'm trying to catch and run and make plays all the time. You're putting yourself in harm's way in football by just trying to make any play. Boxing is different. Trying to make a play in football, you fumble, we go back to the sideline, we come back on the field unless it's the very end of the game. Boxing, one mistake and it's over. There's a difference in the sport. You don't just put yourself in that situation when you don't have to in boxing. Like what are we talking about, Shay?
Over the top, Ocho, and drop it in the bucket and let you get a 50-yarder. Sometimes I got to throw you a 5-yard around, Ocho, and you got to do it on your own.
Okay,
and I'm not saying, look, he's a phenomenal fighter. He got elite defense. He's a great counter puncher. But I just think the thing is, I just think in order for him to get the people to want to see him fight and to pay to see that fight, I just don't know.
I tweeted this earlier too when the fight was going on, and a lot of people complained about Shakur fight.
Shannon, check them glasses, bro. He wasn't running. He was standing toe to toe. T.O. was moving backwards. He's making a miss. You want him just to get hit? Just to get hit? What are we talking about, bro?
Fights about being boring. They say he runs all the time. And what I saw from him tonight, being able to stay on that front foot all night long and not retreating and actually sitting there in the pocket and sitting mid-range and fighting the entirety of the fight. I mean, a fight like tonight, could he have gotten T.O. out of there? Maybe, maybe not. If they had maybe another 2 or 3 rounds to go, maybe he could have done it. But I enjoyed it, being a purist and understanding.
Yeah, no, I don't think he ran tonight because I don't think he had to run because I don't think he ever felt he was in danger at any point in time. So there was no reason to get on his bicycle. There was no reason for him to retreat. Shakur
So if you don't feel like he ran tonight and wasn't retreating and he was tatting boy up, what we arguing about, bro? As long as somebody ain't sitting there running. Like I said, there has been fights where he's moved around a lot. Last fight wasn't one. This fight wasn't one. So to say that after this fight, when he sat there and made this man look like an amateur that had been undisputed, that beat a Lomachenko, that went up to 141 belts, that had showed his explosiveness, his athleticism, and made him look like that 119 to 109, and he could have blanked him if he wanted to if he didn't take off the 8th round. So what are we talking about? If Shakur goes in there and fights Haney like that, fights Ryan Garcia like that, Tank, he out of there. He got too many legal problems. Fights that. Why wouldn't you want to see that? A better performance from the other fighter, and that fight looks a lot different. But he neutralized him. That's what I'm trying to say is it wasn't nothing to do with him running or any of that. He just simply neutralized what T.O. was able to do tonight. What else would you want? What else do you want? That's like literally being mad that the Ravens defense in the Super Bowl score would be, let's say, 30-0, and be like, well, we don't want to watch the Ravens because they ain't having close games and taking risks. Why don't they do this a little more and give the other team a chance to maybe score if they do this? But they would be able to make a big play if it – no. We're going to do what we need to do to neutralize the team and win. And, of course, we know selling tickets is a part of boxing. Of course, I know that. But once again, just wanting guys to be reckless, that don't got nothing to do with that. As long as he's not running, as long as he's standing there and fighting like he did tonight, he's taking a pop, pop, pop. He pieced that boy up. T.O. walked out that ring bloodied, knotted up, bro. Shakur didn't. So you can't tell me it's not exciting when you see that man leaking, seeing that boy knotted up. And once again, he made the man apologize for slavery. He beat him so bad, huh? We went into Black History Month with that man making him apologize about slavery for whooping belt. Come on, But y'all let me know. Is tripping? DP tripping? Were y'all impressed with y'all saw with Shakur last night? Y'all let me know, man. But this is a DP listen to DP podcast, man. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, share with friends, family. Make sure y'all comment. Let me know what y'all think. We out.